You know, we all have this incredibly powerful technology right in our pockets, connecting us to literally the entire world. But have you ever just stopped and wondered if it's actually bringing us closer together? Or is it maybe kind of quietly building walls between us? That is the big question we're diving into today.
Yeah, I'm talking about that device you're probably holding in your hand right now. Is it a bridge or is it a wall? We're about to look at both sides of this thing, and believe me, the answer might not be what you think.
All right, so first up, let's look at the sunny side of things. This is the argument that technology is, without a doubt, one of the most powerful tools for connection we've ever created. And the big deal here is really about speed and, specificity. Think about it. 30 years ago, if you were super passionate about something niche, like ancient pottery, finding your people was a huge challenge. But today, you can connect with fellow potter nerds from all over the globe in like seconds. Technology just completely erases that physical distance, making the world feel a whole lot smaller and way more connected.
And this happens in so many ways, right? Through countless online communities. I'm talking everything from tiny, specific forums to these massive social media groups. And it's not just that. As you can see here, even modern AI is getting in on the action, suggesting people and groups you might genuinely connect with. It's making it easier than ever to find your tribe.
So yeah, when you look at it from this angle, technology really does seem like this incredible magnet, just actively pulling people together and fighting off that feeling of isolation. It's a really compelling case, but it's not the only one.
So let's just flip that coin over for a second. What if, for all of its amazing connecting power, this exact same technology has a hidden, darker side? One that's, well, isolating.
And that brings us to the counter-argument, this idea of technology as an isolating machine, the idea that in some cases it can actually make us less social.
Our source material really hits the nail on the head with this one. It's a pretty powerful statement. For some folks, technology isn't an invitation to get out there and be more social. It's actually an excuse to withdraw from it all. And this right here is a perfect real-world example, coming from Japan. You have some young people who become so reliant on the sheer convenience of delivery apps, for food, for groceries, for literally everything, that they almost never have a reason to even step outside their own home.
And the consequence of that is pretty simple, but it's also kind of profound. When you don't go outside, you miss out on all those small, spontaneous, real-life interactions that are just so important for feeling like you're part of something. The very same tech that offers us all this convenience can also take away the need for actual human contact.
So we're left with these two completely opposite ideas, technology the connector and technology the isolator. So what's the deal? How can both of these things be true at the same time? Let's try to get a final verdict.
Okay, so here you can see the two forces right next to each other. On one side, you've got the amazing promise of connection, finding your tribe online. But on the other, you've got the very real risk of isolation, becoming less social, losing out on that crucial face-to-face time. Both of these realities are happening, all at once.
And this brings us to the bottom line from our source material. It's a really nuanced conclusion, right? It totally acknowledges that, yes, there's a real downside. Isolation is a problem for some. But ultimately, the feeling is that the scales do tip toward the positive. For most of us, most of the time, technology really is a powerful force for connection. So in the end, this all comes back to you. The technology itself, it's neutral. It can be a connector, and it can be an isolator. The real question is how we decide to use it. So take a second and think about your own life. What's the final score? Is your tech a bridge, or is it a wall? Thanks for tuning in for this explainer.